Hi, I'm Carrie Freeman, SecondMuse Managing Partner, and we're really excited to talk to you today about the Aquacelerator World Ocean Celebration that we've been working on for the last 2 years almost. We use an approach called network-centered innovation to help solve some of the world's global challenges, of which our oceans are definitely facing, and our communities around the world that rely on the oceans for food as well as for their economies. What network-centered innovation does is it really engages the collective network, looking at all the different actors that come in touch with whatever it is, if it's oceans, if it's aquaculture, and engages them in helping define and understand problems that we're facing and doing deep analysis on that, and then really pinpointing exactly where there's areas that will be best suited for innovative processes. And we've done that, and Jeremy will talk more about that. But what we do from there is, once we have identified where the innovation should be applied, we go out and source innovations from around the world. And then we use our network to help really incubate these ideas and these solutions out into the communities. And so they're actually addressing the problems that we are trying to solve. We recognize that the challenges that we are facing are complex, and no single entity, no single type of entity can solve them on their own. And so we really need to bring together networks of people that care deeply about these issues and understand them, and most importantly, want to solve them. Jeremy will tell us a little bit more about how we've done that, in particular with the aquaculture industry right now. But really what we see is it takes all of us to solve problems, and it takes an entire network to face the issues of our day and solve those.
My name is Jeremy Kamo, and I've had the distinct pleasure of working with 10 of our amazing innovators for the Blue Economy's Aquacelerator program. As Carrie mentioned, the approach that SecondMuse takes to really supporting our innovators is called network-centered innovation. The reason why we use network-centered innovation to help support our innovators and really to solve these complex challenges is because the challenges that we're facing have been set up over years, over decades, over entire careers. If we look at the problems that we're trying to tackle for the Blue Economy Challenge, we're looking at oceans health. We're looking at economic development, helping to build local economies in rural communities. And these challenges weren't set up overnight, and they're not going to be solved overnight. And these challenges also need a really diverse group of resources to actually help these innovations have the impact that they could potentially have. What this means is, as we're defining the challenge for the Blue Economy Project, we turn to the industry, to academia, to government partners to help us understand what are the major challenges that the aquaculture industry faces. Once we understand those challenges, we work with those partners, we work with representatives from across the system to make sure that we're identifying and then ultimately selecting the best innovations. And for us, this meant that we got over 220 innovations from 41 countries from around the world. And then we brought together almost 50 experts from across the private sector, from investors, from academia, from the government sector, development experts, microfinance experts, to really help us to understand of these solutions, not only which ones are the best technically, but which ones could the industry readily adopt now? Which ones could be implemented in communities in the regions that we're really trying to focus on? We started off by convening a select group of council members at a kickoff summit where the council members and the innovators all worked together to begin identifying the best opportunities that they could begin pursuing and the resources that they needed to actually pursue those opportunities. Within the council members and their broader networks, who could come in to invest into these innovators, who could begin to help these innovators implement and build trust in communities that they really wanted to work in. And which of these innovators and which of these council members could really begin working together to shift the private sector and help to build revenue streams, help to build new businesses for the aquaculture sector. That was the start of the Accelerator program that continued to convene resources from across the sector, a group of over 300 mentors who helped think through some of these innovators' biggest challenges, ranging from how they start to understand their users better, to market access, to investment, to how they approach measurement and evaluation. All of these council members, all of these mentors, and even the fellows themselves all represent different parts of the system, different parts of a network that need to come together to solve some of these really complicated challenges. So as we round out the Blue Economy Challenge and the Aquacelerator program, the reason why DFAT, World Wildlife Fund, Conservation X Labs, and SecondMuse in all of our programs really turn to network-centered innovation to help support entrepreneurs to have the most impact that they have is really because of the complexity of the challenge and the diversity of resources that we need to bring together. So as we look at how we build local economies in the regions that we're looking to work in, and as we look at the significance that aquaculture could play in helping to reduce the impact that we have on our oceans, we really wanted to celebrate how the Blue Economy Challenge Fellows and the entire network came together to help really make an impact and really celebrate those impacts on World Oceans Day. With that, thank you very much from SecondMuse. Thank you very much from the Blue Economy Challenge, and really go out there and figure out what you can do to help really improve the health of our oceans on World Oceans Day. Thank you.